generally I'm very protective of my girlfriends, like Munah or Jay.
That's why you stalk them lah. Not stalk, but like same restaurant, but different corner. I just want to point.
That's a bit too much, man.
No, but they are in the know.
But wait, the guy know or don't know?
I don't know lah. But you see, you have to understand one thing.
Oh wait,
I go ahead. That one know your mother. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Say. Today we got guests again. Munah,
what's wrong with having guests? We are great hosts. We like to host
but
people
what the
in
fuck
our
happened
space.
to Kisha and Jade and Saffron?
You know what? God knows.
I feel like we should replace them totally.
So that's why we keep having guests to find new replacements.
No, I'm kidding. So Jade hurt her toe.
Yeah,
You guys
poor
probably
thing
saw
lah.
it on her Instagram.
Yes.
She cannot be here today. But today we have two guests with us. One's a mother, one's a Gen Z.
Wow.
That's it.
The mother
That's the
is...
label that you
What
give.
does your shirt say?
I'm born to be rich.
It doesn't even say that.
Sorry, that's my other shirt. I have another shirt in this same color.
Okay.
Sorry, this I accept to be rich.
I accept to be.
Okay. Her name is Cheryl. This is Cheryl. And then there's Shanise.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
Today's topic is quite interesting because I thought of the topic from reading a quote online.
Oh.
Damn,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
inspirational.
No, I read it and I'm like, okay, let me read it to you guys.
Okay.
QOTD.
The quote is this.
Okay.
So that's why I invited one Gen Z and one parent because it
Okay.
has to do with parenting.
I like our labels.
Yeah.
Right.
The quote says, we don't owe our parents anything. Their responsibility to take care of us is the result of their decision to have us. We are the result of how our parents raised us. So when I read this, I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. And I thought like, okay, because I don't have a very good relationship with my parents, especially my dad. So, and I always lived a life where I thought like one day when I grow up and then I owe him something. But what I don't realize was that the only reason why I don't have a good relationship with my dad is because he didn't try.
Oh.
So then to me, it's like, yeah, okay, this quote makes sense because like their responsibility to take care of us is the result of the decision to have us. Right? So I was like, okay, maybe it's a great topic to invite people to talk about it. But maybe we start with you, Munah. Oh no, maybe we start with them.
Yeah, we
the
start with
guests,
them. Yeah, the
okay,
guests
with
first,
the young ones. You haven't lived life for a
So
very long
this
time.
one, the young one.
Yeah.
How
What,
old are you?
I'm 23 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means I'm
so
the
young
youngest one.
Are you younger than me?
Yeah, I'm younger than you.
How old are you, if you don't mind sharing?
Wait, didn't you guys know how old I am?
Of course.
No, in my
you
head it was
are
24.
20.
You're younger than
You-
23 means you're 22.
Yeah, I'm 22.
22.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
a baby at 21.
yeah.
Okay,
mind.
no, then we have two Gen Zs in the house.
Yeah, I told you I'm a Gen Z.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Shanice.
Yes.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You are brought up by a single mother. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
Dude, how dare you say
I said correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, correct him, please.
Yeah.
You invite her.
But no, I like did a quick
my
like, okay,
God.
no, it's always her mom.
Oh, I think the reason why you think that is because on my social media,
Yes.
my mom is always present. But that's because my dad lives overseas. He lives in
Oh.
Bangkok. And I also have a brother who lives over there. So normally the content I would post is with my mom. But it's not because me and my dad are not close. It's just that he's not nearby.
Oh,
So yeah.
okay.
No, we have a strong family.
But she's posted content
The
with her dad
assumptions.
also.
I never
Very
see.
funny.
Yeah.
The dad is full-on Italian guy.
Yeah, my
Right,
father
yeah.
is full-on Italian.
Full-on Italian.
But he
Okay.
also was in Singapore for like over 20 years. So he's kind of like the Singlish Italian Angmo,
Okay.
but multicultural guy, you know.
Okay. What was your upbringing like?
Yeah.
Well, my upbringing was amazing. I've always had like loving parents. My parents always found a lot of importance in family values. For example, like when it comes to dinner, I feel a lot of Singaporean families don't really have dinner together or like give it an importance. But I was very appreciative of the fact that my family always took time to have this like intimate family time together. Even on the weekends, we'll go for picnics or just have a family date night.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
I actually came from a very loving background. Even though my parents are not together anymore, but still we maintain the close relationship that we've always had. Even though we are not together, you know.
No, he wants to say
half right.
Say it. Still not. He wants to say he was right.
Right.
But it doesn't
What?
mean she was raised by a single mother. She was raised by both of them.
Halfway.
It's just
When did your
assumption.
parents divorce?
My father left Singapore when I was 18. So it's been quite long.
It's been 3 years since she was raised by a single mother.
Your assumption on
That was a big assumption.
Excuse me.
I got raised by a single mother. I want people to relate lah.
don't project upbringing other people, okay?
Okay, sorry. Continue
that's
and then.
nice.
No, and then I mean, until now, like normally because my father lives in Bangkok, I'll go and visit him and my brother every once in a while. But also because I'm from Italy originally, so we will go there every Christmas, have parties, and then once in a while they also come to Singapore to meet up with my mom, the whole family together. But you know, even though we're like sort of a broken family, we're not really broken. We still like unite and we still talk to each other. So I'm really glad my parents brought me up with like good family values and we still keep in touch.
Yeah, that's really, really powerful. Because the fact that, you know, like they went into separation, they're still keeping everything together. I think that takes a lot. Like it's brave and it's very, very strong.
Which goes
for
back
families to do that.
to my quote that I read that it's a responsibility from your parents to take care of you. Cheryl, do you agree with that?
I do. Wow, actually, I didn't get the memo before this. Now I'm like thinking,
Are your parents divorced also?
Hey,
Questions! It was a question!
Okay, yes. Okay, I'll rephrase.
Be fair. Now, I
What
like me rephrase.
What was your upbringing like?
wow, okay, so
How did your parents raise you? What's their relationship?
wow, it didn't brief me on this, man.
I did,
was
girl.
like, no, yeah, but I didn't go too deep into it. Now that you mentioned this quote, right, I'm thinking whether I should say this, but
Say.
okay, I'll just say it.
Please.
So like, okay, I haven't actually, until I became a mom, then I started being more comfortable talking about this. But I think I never shared this before. Like, I think I never shared it
Exclusive.
before. But I think it's very important to share because I
Okay.
think like if somebody is going through something similar to me, would feel open about talking about it.
Okay.
Okay, so like, so I'm adopted. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't share about it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was in denial for years. Like people ask me, I'm like, no.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have a brother.
Okay.
But ever since I became a mom, right, I think that like my mindset also changed. But all along, I grew up with like parents who literally gave me everything. And I always felt like a certain guilt, like, do I really deserve anything? But then another part of me, which I think is like the Gemini side of me, is like, yeah, I deserve everything. You know, it's like...
But when did you find out you were adopted? Or did they tell you when you were like really young?
Yeah, they told me when I was 8. So like, I remember that day, it was like my 8th birthday and my parents told me. And then like...
As your birthday present.
no, after that I went on a shopping spree, okay?
Okay, so
it
it's
was
part of your
rewarding,
birthday
okay?
present, like yo,
The first half.
before I buy you this, before I buy you your first bag,
No, like, what's up?
You're
There was a Barbie
adopted.
doll.
Okay, what was it like? How did they tell you?
They just told me like casually, like my mom is like, I have something to tell you. And like they would like occasionally tell my friends, but I'll just try to cut off the conversation as soon as possible because I felt like, I don't want to tell people. But then over the years, I realized like once you mentioned that quote just now, going back to your quote where you say it's a responsibility, I realized that like it comes from a place of a lot of love. Like, there are a lot of parents who are responsible to take care of their kids, but they don't have that love, then it's never going to be responsible. Like you said, your dad didn't try. It's because he didn't want to. Simply because that love wasn't there. I mean, I'm not here to like point, but I'm just saying the truth is there. Like,
see,
my parents
why you never
weren't...
scold for assuming? What if my dad was
I
going
mean,
through
you
something?
said it just now, so I brought it up for
that you gave that piece of information and she's taking the facts coming out from your mouth.
I'm just going to collect it.
Okay, she
Okay,
didn't
sorry.
just assume and throw onto somebody.
Back to
But
your,
we'll get to that. Yeah.
your 8th birthday.
Yes.
No, I grew up in a very happy household. Hey, you're that mean. But like, actually, I grew up in a very happy household. Like my parents always educate me the right way. My parents opened up a communication panel for me. So they taught me that to communicate. Like, I think communication is really the key. Like I tell my mom everything. She has my location. I have a family group chat location where we share everything together.
Is it
Me and
Live
my brother.
360?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah. And like yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
It's
okay.
a Gen Z thing, you know, to have like our locations or...
It is a thing if, let's say,
I
Munah wants
never
to get out
wanted
of
to-
trouble.
What do you
No
mean?
lah,
What?
like
Live
for-
360?
No, like if you send like our friend's location, like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
if
yeah,
anything
I'm
happens to me,
here.
I'm here. Yeah,
I'm
that's
in
what-
a danger.
No, yeah, I
That's
just
how we
want my parents
millennials
to
do
be-
it. If we go out on a date, and then like,
is
no,
it?
as in for the yeah, and we like, okay, maybe this is going somewhere, and like, And then
Yeah,
the
we
person
update-
invite them over.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
update
like-
friends like, okay, I'm here by
Text.
the way in case anything. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No leh. For me, I just give my parents so they can. My mom can send.
By
Like,
the
you
time
know,
your
we
parents,
cannot
KL, come down.
We cannot tell our parents.
Yeah.
At least for me,
Why?
I would
Then
like
why
last
you
time
going
when
guy
I'm young.
house?
I say this guy handsome lor.
Oh, very
Yes.
good.
Will he accept that?
We'll get to our story.
Okay.
Okay.
Let them tell
It's not
theirs,
whether they
yeah.
accept it. I think they just have to. Because either way, I'm always the same way. Like since I was young, you don't let me go, I'll go out. I'll find a way, I'll climb out the roof kind of thing, you know?
Were your parents strict? Both of you? Were your parents
For me, it's the complete opposite. In my house, I have like 3 CCTV cameras. And when I was young, when I tried to sneak out, I would just crawl out the door, like literally make my way slowly off all the lights. And then my dad would call me like 1 hour later. Where are you going? I'm like, oh, no. I even bought a new iPhone, just to sneak out and go club. And my dad is so freaking smart. He just called me, where are you now? Where are you now? So I just like
Is
rush home.
that an Italian thing? I don't know.
No, that's the thing. I always
it's a
thought,
Gen Z thing.
I
No,
always thought
my father's
Asian
the
parents
same.
were stricter
Really?
though.
Yeah.
But
My
Yeah,
parents
I
are
think-
strict too. I think they just gave
But my
up.
Angmo father is like the one who is.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh, so your
yeah,
mom
your
is chill.
father
My mom is chill. My Muslim mom, by the way, is chill.
Oh, yeah.
My Angmo father is the one who's like, be home at this timing. Make sure you don't go out with guys. Don't sleep over. all this
that's
Are you the only daughter in the family?
I have a younger brother.
No, but the only
girl.
Yeah, only daughter.
Only girl.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's
I
why.
would do it. I would do the same. If I'm a
Probably
parent,
right.
yeah. If I'm a parent, I have
Makes
a...
sense.
No, but Cheryl, I want to ask you something. What's so embarrassing about being an adopted child that you didn't want to tell people?
No lah, it's just in your head. Like, you know how sometimes you feel like everybody is judging you, but actually nobody cares. Like when you walk in the supermarket, you feel like you got main character energy. Like, oh, everybody's judging me. I need to walk in the supermarket carrying a proper basket. But actually nobody cares. Everybody is walking to the supermarket too. That's the same analogy.
No, because that's what I think. But I've met like adopted children before. And they're also very embarrassed that they're adopted.
It's just something in their head, really, really. That's why I was thinking whether I should mention it today, but I realized like I just mentioned long because like, to be honest, the way I see it, like, that's why also my parents were so happy when I was pregnant. I think my mom, like, she was crying and stuff. She was like telling Titus, like, she was like really happy about it.
What is she happy about?
The fact that I'm pregnant, although I was pregnant at 21, because I was expecting her to be like, oh my God, no, you're too young to be pregnant. But no, in fact, she was the complete opposite. And like my parents were actually very strict, just like you. Just that my house had no CCTV last time because like that time they didn't install it. Last time, my old house, so I used to climb out of my brother's room window to go clubbing in KL. Yeah, that's...
Wow.
And I got caught because you know why? One day, like I woke up late. I knocked out drunk and I woke up late and my ex-boyfriend had to send me home. And that was when my parents already woke up. So I had to climb over my house gate while my dad was sitting at the dining table like that. Yeah.
Wow.
How bad did he punish you though?
No, he just said why. Then he was very upset. I just say like, you know, if we communicated, then, you know, I would have told you, and you know, you need to trust me. Like, because my parents are super strict. I grew up in like Christian home, super Christian, like everything. Yeah. So that was when I developed a relationship where, like, you know, if I want to do anything, I just tell my mom. From then on, my mom had my location. I tell her everything. Like, they don't control. I think it's more like support. That's why now when I'm a mom, like I say, it goes back to that same analogy of how I want to raise my kid. Because I don't think it's a duty. I think you do it out of love. If you always see it as a duty, you always just, if something goes wrong, you might be like, oh, okay, because maybe I have this. But I always seen it as a blessing. Like, it's not a responsibility.
Do you think it's a duty or do you think it's a responsibility?
To be a parent?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I think it's both, kind of. I mean, you definitely have the responsibility to take care of your child. And with that said, like, you have to compromise on a lot of your freedom. You can't go out. You can't maybe want to meet your friends in the middle of the night. So there's a lot of responsibility. And at the same time, that's also a duty as a parent, especially if you decide to have a child. I think you should be committed to it, not just, you know,
What's your take?
ditch halfway.
I mean, yeah, to me, I also think it's a responsibility first and foremost. But then what keeps you going and what keeps you wanting to make sure you continue to guide them or provide for them is love.
Yeah.
Like, is unconditional love. Because if there's none of that, then you can easily just throw the responsibility away. However, like in my opinion, I always feel like having a child is a choice. And I think that's why at this age now, at 35, I've decided like, okay, I don't think having a child is for me because I know my life is not where I can provide or like maybe give this child like the best life possible. And there are some things that maybe I don't want to give up as well.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
So it's going to be unfair. So if I have a baby, it's going to be unfair for the child and for like, you know, what I want to do, like my focus.
Maybe not yet. Soon. Not
She's
yet.
trying to
Dia dah 35 lah.
Aku dah tua lah.
Ah.
But this time
Coming
I need
soon
to-
lah.
Do you understand BM?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Aku faham, okay.
Yeah, now it's a Malaysia.
Okay, I would want to raise Elaria the way that I was raised. I want to give her a complete family, a complete upbringing. And I think, like Munah said, it's a lot. It's not a sacrifice. I won't think it's a sacrifice. Like, obviously, having a child, like, at my age, like, I'm 21. I gave birth at 22.
20.
You know,
Oh.
like, my whole 20s is basically going to be taking care of a child. But I'm so grateful I have my parents to help me, my in-laws, my helper, and all of that. But really, to raise a kid takes a village. That's why it goes back to, like you said, the age and how you want to raise, right? Like, to be honest, I would communicate with her. I wouldn't say like, you cannot do this until a certain age. Like, if you want to do something, tell me why you want to do it. Then I will reason with you lah. It's like you talk to them, you teach them there is no yes or no. You tell them yes because, not just yes, no, full stop. You know, and I think like, you want to say age, we have different point of view. I would let my daughter like, okay, you want to go, let's say lah, okay, you like 17-year-old xiao mei mei, you have your crush, you want to go out with your crush, right? Limits. Okay, lor, you can go. I will sit in the restaurant with you, lor. Different table. So you sit one table, I follow you. No, I'm very supportive. I will even pay the bill for you, okay? If you don't pay, okay? So I sit behind. Me and your father sit behind. We'll sit behind, we watch Elaria. Okay, I'm considered very open. Really.
Where the fuck were you when I was 17?
I feel like that's considered very open because when I was 17 and I want to go out with boys, my mom, like, she's always been quite cool, but my dad will not. I think even at 35 now, he will not be for it.
I think it's a daughter thing.
Then how you go on a date? No, I also got daughter. My one
No, I think for men,
Malay daughter.
Specific.
No, I also very protective of generally I'm very protective of my girlfriends. Like Munah or Jay.
That's why you stalk them lah. Not stalk, but like same restaurant, but different corner. I just want to.
That's a bit too much, man.
No, but
they are in the know.
But wait, the guy know or don't know?
I don't know lah. But you see, you have to understand one thing.
Oh, wait.
I go in, that one know your mother.
No.
I ask go there if you know your mother, ma.
No? Okay, first of all, right, it allows me and your entitled to observe. Example, Ella is 7. I'm saying 17, 18.
There is
okay.
no way
You want to
how
go
the guy
dating,
cannot
but
recognize
will
titles.
You want to go
know?
dating.
Will she know that
Of
you're
course,
there?
I will tell her,
She
okay,
will
don't
know,
worry,
but
I won't
her
embarrass
privacy
you.
is compromised. what?
No, because I will tell her, we are sister. I'm not your mother.
Okay, I'm very...
Wait,
when
wait.
she's 17, 18, you report to us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
How would you feel about that? If like, now, I mean, you are around that age.
I would feel like my privacy is invaded. Like, I want my parents to trust me enough to know that when I go out on a date with a guy, I'm able to like behave myself and know how to like, you know.
Hey, you are
talk to-
17, 18. You want to... Okay, to be fair.
True. Then maybe invite him over for dinner.
No. I want to see how he treat my daughter. Whether he take food for her, cutting her, that kind.
Okay, then if that's the case, I suggest you don't even tell her that you're there. So
Yeah,
you
no.
really spy.
But I cannot lie to her. Because, right, you see, right, last time, I will do that. I will do that. I will tell her, I'll be honest. I say, hey, by the way, or you know what I would do? I'll say, why not you all go to this restaurant? I book for you. Use my members. You guys go there. And then I'll plan a party there. So a bit, like...
You just want to be involved.
Okay, I want to know also.
For more.
Why not? Yeah,
This is
go lah.
first date or this is...
First date only. If I like the guy, you go lah.
That is not. I'm
Okay,
gonna
maybe
give
first
my
5 date.
opinion
First 5 date.
as a man. As a man who was 117.
Okay.
There's no way in hell that I'm gonna go out on a first date at 17 years old and cut vegetables for the girl. I'll serve
Then you
her.
cannot date my daughter, no? Where? Why?
She's
But
teaching
you
her
know
daughter
the- yeah.
standards.
The traditional mindset is also gone. So men are maybe not as, proactive as before. You can't expect them to be like
if
that.
I cut not cut
But why
specifically
cut
vegetable.
vegetables?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
Or
No,
something
she said,
lah.
she said I want to see the guy serve my daughter.
No, example, you go
Oh,
Chinese
no.
restaurant. I'm not saying go fancy places, okay? Okay, my first date in my life, right, that my parents did not stalk me, by the way, but I told them, okay, which gave them the peace of mind, is this guy, he took, I ordered steamed egg, he took steamed egg and put on my plate. I want my daughter to experience that. A man with responsibilities, because
Yeah,
in the small
gentleman.
things shows his big things.
No, but that's true. I love it when a guy, like, when the dish come and then he serve me first. Like,
No,
yeah,
I do
that's
that. I do
What,
that
you
for
serve yourself?
my friends.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Remember
I
to
would
serve your
Yeah.
steamed egg.
Yeah. No, but
What you do that for?
You I always ask you whether you want water.
You asked me, but you never put it on my plate.
I got
You ask me, then you just help order. But do you cut the vegetable, put it on my plate?
Firstly, the vegetable already cut.
Meat,
I
I'm
will
saying
just
meat,
put- yeah.
right?
No.
Anyway.
No, my next question was Shanise.
Yes.
Are you attached now?
Yes.
Does your parents approve of this relationship?
Okay, because like I told you, my father is overseas, so he has not met my partner.
But he knows of.
He knows of, but my father is a very skeptical person. So until he meets you, he won't trust you. Also because
maybe you don't know. Maybe he went to a restaurant and sit down there. You don't
he
know.
overseas. How he
Stop. Now you are
Maybe
projecting.
you met him.
Maybe she stopped for your father.
Actually, I did that once before, but like let's not go there. Yeah.
Okay,
But I know my parents, my dad especially, is very critical of the partner I have. I think he has a bit of like high expectations. Also because in the past, I used to get hurt from like an ex of mine. So I think nowadays when I have a new partner, he's more like, need to see like how it goes first, whether the guy is trustworthy and all.
So
I
what if
understand.
he says, no, this guy cannot?
He won't lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because no, that's true.
If you tell your daughter, no, this guy cannot, you expect your daughter to break up with him lah.
Actually, last time my dad told me no for a lot of guys also, but I just don't listen. And then in the end, I get heartbroken, I cry. That's the same thing. And my dad said, I told you so. But I don't want to say. He said, but I don't want to say. I don't want to say until you experience it. I tell you nicely. But I think that's a point of parenting, which is very good because you are there for them. But you are not like, no, we cannot. Because the more you tell a kid, no, a 17-year-old, the more I'll be like, I'm going to rebel and I'm going to do what I want and I'm just going to go on my date.
Wait, I got one story for you guys. Okay. So when I was younger, I had this boyfriend. I was 17 and it was like a 1-year-long relationship. I was so in love in poly and all that. So there was once I was having a big argument with my boyfriend, right? And I was at his house, like his area, trying to resolve it. So I was talking to him under the block and all. And like I told you just now, the Live 360, my father has the app of the location. And normally we have dinner together, like I mentioned. So 7 p.m., 7:30, everyone will be at the table waiting. And on that day, since I was trying to solve the issue with my boyfriend, I told my dad, I'm going to be late. I can't make it. And my dad straight away panicked. And he looked through the Live 360, finding me, where's this girl? Zoom in. Pasir Ris.
Some TV block there.
That's why you date people from Pasir Ris, that's why.
I think so also, you know.
Sister, you got up your standard, man. Up your game.
At least.
And then one day, I was fighting with my ex. And my dad just showed up, you know, like straight up. Like straight up. So ever since that time, it's
how intimidating.
because Singapore so
super
small, you
scary.
drive only 15 minutes, you argue more than 15 minutes, Mara.
Yeah. My father really goes out of his way to make sure I'm protected, you know. But sometimes when you do too much, it can seem a bit controlling. So I feel like as parents, you need to learn to like mediate also how much you want to control your kids and just give them enough leeway to act on their own also.
Yeah, to learn.
Yeah.
So what did he do when he arrived at the
He
site?
told my ex, I will kill you.
Oh.
He said, I will slit your throat. He did this. Hey, I'm scared he watched though. Daddy, no?
But it's good, you know, you care for her.
No, which brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
Do you guys think your upbringing affects the decision you guys make
100%.
today? But after hearing your story of how your dad controlled you, that's why you want to control your daughter like that?
No, actually my parents really don't control me. I just want to control my daughter because that is my own standards of life, okay? You know why? Because when I was 16, right, I had my first boyfriend, okay? My first boyfriend. And he set the bar too high already.
I don't believe.
Really?
Like he was a
really set the
gentleman.
bar too high.
Meaning?
Is he rich?
Great guy.
Good guy. Very kind, empathetic. He really set the bar too high. So actually, I think that is something that is wrong with me.
Empathy.
I heard empathetic. So I'm like, which one is this? Oh, empathetic. Oh, okay.
And he's very quiet, like listen to the, you know, those kind of typical, not typical, like some Malaysian guys are like that. Not Malaysian Chinese guys. They like to, like in Chinese it's called 听老婆. So listen to your wife kind of guys, like very
payung you lah.
very good. Like, you know, I really go eat the steamed egg you take for me, that kind, you know. So it's really that kind. And it happened for the whole relationship.
Titus, are you taking the steam egg for her?
That's why I want that for my daughter. But actually my dad, right, even until today, example, like, you know, like my dad never say I'll kill you, that kind of thing lah. But you know, example, me and Titus have a disagreement in my house, and my dad, my mama, I'm listening. They will not say like, oh, you shouldn't say that. They will not like get into the middle of argument, but they will say like, can you both please just calm down and like take time off? Then they will say, okay, you go to the room, okay, Titus, you go to your gym, and then like after that my dad will personally talk to Titus, then come. So it's more very chill. My dad is a very chill, kind person. Too kind, I would say. He's very, very kind. So he will try to see things in different people's perspective. It's always been like that since I was young. My dad only hated but disliked one of my ex-boyfriends because he was smoke in front of my dad. So my dad will be like, okay,
oh my God, I used to be like that, you know.
it's just like,
You smoke in front of your girlfriend dad.
I mean, not in front, but it's like, okay, we're having dinner, and then dinner finished already, and then you all chit chat, you all dig your
why would you
teeth.
do that?
No. And then I'll be like,
Rub.
I go out lah.
Oh, you
Will you
go out
allow your daughter to
lah.
go this time? No way.
my
See,
boyfriend
this
to
is why.
smoke.
No, but he go out of the restaurant.
No,
still
I go out of the
cannot,
restaurant.
Maintain
I cannot.
lah. First time, right?
Yeah lah.
No, not first
Oh, not
time,
first
but
time.
it's like we've been together for 1 year. That kind.
Cannot.
And then okay lah, eventually you have to show his true colours, man.
You
Yeah.
smoke at home lor, don't smoke when you're having dinner. You meet them every day, meh?
But why? Why?
dinner
Why,
no lah.
why can't I smoke? Shanice,
Yeah.
when you're back to your father turning up under your block, what were you guys quarreling about?
I don't remember. We were so
I
young.
want to know. Can you imagine if me and my girlfriend go,
Yeah, something like
Then
that lah. We were 17. I mean, I don't think I remember what happened when I was 17, but I'm sure it was so small and so petty.
To the
Did
point you
that
miss
break
dinner.
you up?
Eventually,
Oh.
we broke up.
Oh, okay.
So,
So after that, he still could show up in front of your dad.
no, not anymore. But to be honest, my dad also helped me realize that it wasn't the best partner because after my dad showed up and he brought me home straight away. When I was on the way home, my ex didn't text me. Like I was expecting him to be like, "Are you okay? Your dad is angry." No text at all. So I was like, maybe daddy's right. I should have just dumped him long ago.
No, okay. Let me explain this for him. Because if let's say as a guy, why am I shaking the bottle?
Excuse me.
As a guy, if let's say I call you my girlfriend and then the father show up, that's it. Like that is
What?
it.
I mean,
wouldn't.
why? Your dad did this though.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
No,
no,
your
I
dad did
wouldn't
this
want to
though.
fuck with the girl anymore. Because like I feel like
Like you wouldn't want to be with her.
no, if let's say we are quarreling and then like the father show up and said, I'll fucking
Yeah.
kill you. Done. Yeah, sir. Okay, turn back. No, I'm not.
But why?
But
if you love
wouldn't-
her, you will fight for it, ma.
As a daddy,
will
you
say,
see your
"I'm
daughter
sorry,
cry.
uncle." Why you never say,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, uncle"?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
no,
now you don't want to resolve
Exactly.
with her.
No, then I feel, whoa, relax.
Like you would
Justify
fucking
it.
say,
only
excuse me.
17 years old.
Yeah, but you would leave her
Oh, so
or you
17-year-old
would.
don't know to say sorry?
That's
I
right.
know how to say sorry.
manners,
Yeah,
man.
no empathy.
I would say sorry, uncle. Sorry.
Okay,
but
then?
I'll be done because then I feel like I'm leaving. Okay, no. I feel like I will have to treat my girl right, which is
Yes.
standard. But I have to treat my girl right in a way I am not comfortable with or I'm not used to serve the father. Wait. Let me. Okay, how people show love is very different. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you imagine if I'm showing love this way, but the father don't agree with it?
Then just WhatsApp
No,
lah.
but-
Hello, uncle.
Yeah, and the
I'm
father
sorry
was
for
angry
causing
because
that.
you were
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
So just say sorry.
Yeah, just say sorry and then
Agree
check
to
on
disagree.
her.
Yeah. Oh, just text
That's
her.
not
Dad.
what
You need
I'm
to text her.
If you care
No,
enough,
I am
you
not
would
saying
check
that I
on
won't
her.
say sorry. I will say sorry, no doubt. But
But
after
you
that,
will leave the relationship.
what I'm trying to say is that no, it will cause a certain strain in the relationship.
For
Okay,
a period
lah.
of
If you
time.
cannot handle it, then you're not ready and willing to commit to her lah.
not
If you want
macho.
to fight for it,
My man, listen, I was still 17. I'm still
fair.
17.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm 17 fucking years old. Okay, no, wait, back to the question. Does your upbringing affect the life decisions you make today? I would say yes. For a very long time in my life, I found it very hard to be vulnerable to my partners.
Oh.
Yeah, I found it
Oh.
very hard to talk about my problems, to say how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And if whenever my partner is vulnerable to me, I'll push away. Okay, not literally push away. I'll be like, lame lah. I would dismiss it. Boom.
Avoidant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you had like that blockage thing in your head, right? Like you blocked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you got feeling of abandonment and a lack of love.
Wow.
Right? I studied this for a year, guys. I studied it.
I wanted to say, because I didn't saw the love between my mom and dad. You have to make it deep, okay?
just let it
In other words,
Yeah.
what she said.
Yeah, like
okay.
suddenly I see psychiatrist. No, okay. So when
sending you love.
the the most of the parts of my childhood that I remember is just my mom and dad fighting, my mom and dad fighting, and then like they would throw the iron at each other, that kind of things, you know. And then when they are okay, for example, and then my mom wants to be loving, my dad will push away.
Mm.
In the sense, like for example, my mom will touch my dad's thigh, then he will, don't lah, that kind of thing. So I'm like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be, right? Then
yeah.
I feel like no, and then during my teens, when they were already divorced, my dad was just around like every day, different girls, not every day, like every month, different girls. Like, oh, every time introduce me to new girlfriend and everything. And I'm like, oh, this a fucking player. Like, I wanted to be like him. Right? But I mean, it wasn't like a conscious thing, like I wanted to be him. I feel like it was subconscious thing.
Yeah,
So like, okay, growing up, you need to have money. I mean, he wasn't that rich, but he had money. And you have to have a lot of girls. And that's what I wanted to be also. But I didn't realize this until after the age of like, I don't know, 27, 28.
Yeah.
And then I realized, fuck, like, you know, that was what my upbringing taught me. Like, to be successful, you need to have woman, this, that, money.
But while you saw your dad behaving that way, didn't you also see your mom maybe being upset about it and maybe like, feeling a bit more empathetic towards her as well?
That's a great question. You know what, Sally, I thought of? I feel like the reason why I push away like my girlfriends who are being vulnerable is because my dad always push away my mom's feelings.
Yeah, that's why they say your parents are a reflection of you.
Right. Did you have a relationship with your mom at that time while you were
Yeah, no,
seeing
me and mom are very close. But every time my mom is
Tries to say
angry,
something.
my dad will like, you fuck, you don't lame lah.
Oh.
And that sounds like me. Oh my god, you don't lame lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Takut je.
That's why I would say, lame lah. Lame lah. Wait, do you apply the same type of love that you receive from
I
your parents?
do. Actually, I would say my love language is
Acts of service.
acts of service, and I always like plan things, dinner dates, going out to a different place, even having dates at home and all that. So, and also like physical touch. So I do definitely translate the way my parents taught me to love towards my boyfriend. Even one funny story is like, one thing about me is every time we go out to eat, right, I always be like, please choose the top 3 restaurants you want to eat at, and I'll choose the one I want to eat at. Then we go there. Because
That's
my
what he
father
does.
always did that. He's always like, guys, tell me your top 3, and then the majority of votes will go there. And then I realized that when I told my boyfriend that, he's like, why do I need to give you 3? Like, can't we just choose together? And I'm like, actually linking back, it's like, because my dad always gave me options, and then that's what I feel most comfortable with, having a variety of options and then choosing. That was his love language also. So I think sometimes I project what I want to see from maybe my daddy issues.
You talk about the stalking, right? Then I remembered like my dad.
He used to stalk me too.
Not quite, okay? Let me explain. So I had like a secondary school trip to Chiang Mai or something. And at first, like I was never allowed to go to camps, OBS, all this because like cannot not stay at home. But I really wanted to go to Thailand with my friends. So I cry with a consent form, sad story. And then of course my dad saw.
You're actual since young.
That's how I learned to cry on cue. Because my dad would say no, and then I know like, if I cry, then I get my way.
Can you teach me, please?
I will teach
me.
The young me will teach you. So anyway, sleep with the consent form crying. So the tear must drop on the consent form, so a bit wet, right?
But I cry all the time. All the time. I just cry.
Details, all right? Details. So then my dad obviously saw, and then finally he gave in. He was like, but on one condition.
He's coming too.
Yes.
What?
Okay, so so embarrassing as a teenager. But he stayed at the hotel opposite. Me, my mom, my brother.
Come on.
It's
Come on.
embarrassing.
It's not.
It's
Come on.
embarrassing.
Come on.
Stop it.
Come on.
You and my dad can be friends.
Yeah.
No. If my parents want to come, sure. Please. My parents are embarrassed of me. Not I'm embarrassed of them. I tell you, they're like,
That's
please,
why.
I don't want to come. Don't post me online. Blur my face.
No,
please.
okay, but the redemption of that is he did give me my space. He just I think wanted to make sure that I'm safe
Did he
because
open the room and,
it's
like,
my
stare at you?
never
I think it's just a
even.
country that he's scared of.
So, yeah, because like I've never been away on my own. So he was around, so I think it just made
He
him
like
feel
follow
better.
you at every corner, like maybe give you a
He didn't. So I was quite surprised. I thought he was going to follow everywhere, but he gave me space enough. And he would come to my room like once we were done with the day, and he's like, here's shopping money for you and your friends.
See,
So
that's
I'm
a
like,
cool
okay lah.
parent, man.
Like that.
Okay lah.
parent.
Cool. Thanks. Next time you come for all my trips.
We check back on this conversation 10 years later when Arya is 10, okay?
I cannot wait for her to be 17 actually, and you
Yeah.
Why?
at the
You guys want to come
restaurant.
with me? Maybe I host a
I don't
a
mind,
luncheon,
yeah.
a dinner
Then we all
luncheon.
podcast by then.
And then like
Then we'll be like,
just-
no, we're here for the event. No, you can't help.
yeah, we have some like event here. You wanna come?
I'm in on it. She's gonna watch this one day.
Guys,
She's
what's
like,
wrong
these
with that?
people.
It's called okay. Look, because I gave
Oh,
birth young.
we're still
Okay, so
here,
I
okay.
can. Okay, I can. Why can't I just go and be with her?
Cannot!
Why?
You know what? It is your choice.
Unless she tell me, mommy, I don't want you there.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
your conversation to
But
have
why
with
would
her.
she say that to me?
I would gladly say it to my mom.
I think she will definitely say
Okay,
it.
look, if you say that to me,
Hey,
then
girl,
okay, lor.
now you are in a fucking bubble.
Okay, if you
I
she's a
cannot
mom.
say it to you.
I
She's a
cannot
mom.
wait for her to watch this and reply to
Okay,
you.
let's say you don't want me, right? Okay, Lord, then I stay outside the restaurant. No,
Inside my house. See,
You know what?
outside.
You know what?
No, that means you stay at home.
You know what's fucking gonna happen?
What?
You tell her, okay, you want to date this guy? Can I want to be there? Right? She'll say, okay. and she will never tell you when she go on a date with him, so you won't be there.
She start lying to you about location.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, then I ask you to install live
Then how?
360. And
No, then she will install on another phone and she put the phone at that location.
Yeah.
Okay, but I just want to see the guy. Maybe I just ask her, maybe you bring the guy. The guy can pick you up, can I just want to see can already.
Okay, I suggest. So the guy come pick her up from the house, then have a little like, hey, hi,
Maybe
hi,
a 1
hi,
hour
meet.
conversation.
No.
1 hour is okay,
15
right?
minutes tops.
What the fuck? You wanna ask a 17-year-old for 1 hour?
Hello.
Interrogation.
What you do? Chiba is still in school, auntie.
No, your hopes
I
and
go
dreams.
my money or my parents.
Excuse
What else
me,
you wanna know?
what do you plan to do for the future? I plan to go to college. What uni I plan to go to?
Everybody got the same plan at
It's like
17.
my dad.
Everybody got the same fucking plan.
She's like, that's my daddy issue.
I know, but everybody has the same plan at 17.
And with that,
Auntie,
check
I'm
back
gonna
with
finish
us
school
again.
and then Auntie, I'm gonna finish school and then I go NS, then I go uni and then I see lah what I want to do.
Your parents already, then you tell me whether you do the same thing, okay? You know what Tata say? Tata say, do you want to give her phone until she's 21? Not that bad already, okay? I thought it's different, okay?
Okay, wait, how old? She's 6 months now, right?
Yeah, give her
okay,
phone.
so we'll come back with another episode in 16 years, 6 months, and update you guys.
YouTube's still around.
This
No,
yeah.
then just ask this question. What is your take on life?
That's a Eva. Question. What is?
Hey, okay, you know what? Kids nowadays, they are a lot more mature.
Okay, then I will give
They are
you
a lot
ABC
more
method.
opinionated.
What's your take on life at 21 years old? You're 21, 22.
Yeah.
I have no
Like,
idea.
give ABC choice. ABC choice, okay? One.
Ya Allah, we're not done.
If I give you two
Okay,
choices,
yes.
would you rather, if you see a blind man walking across the road, what will you do? A, help. B, lock your car door for safety. C, ignore.
No.
By the way he choose, I will know already.
So A is?
Wait, that's the question
A
you
means you're
asked.
empathetic lah.
Okay, B?
Then B means?
B means you will protect her, but you're also empathetic a bit like because you feel a bit bad, but you kind of want to help that kind. Then I'll further into
But
a
you
question. Like, it's
protect
like
her.
one main question, you sub into a few different questions. That's how you create a 1 hour long
Hey,
conversation.
you think what? Your personality test or
Yeah,
what?
that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
No. That is not too accurate, sister. It's not too accurate.
Oh,
The
okay.
correct answer is C, ignore, because if he's blind and he wants to cross the road, he has a way of getting from home to the fucking traffic light. It means he's okay. And if he waited for the green man to turn green and cross the fucking road,
It's because you ask people in the moment, so they feel like, oh, this question is here. I need to answer.
that would be my answer.
That
At
would be your
17,
real
at 20,
heart
at 30,
lah.
at 40, my answer will be the same.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why you cannot date Alaria lah.
Yeah.
Cannot lah.
His son.
Your son
will
cannot
be the
date
same
Alaria.
as him, yeah.
Cannot, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Blacklist. Deal son, not okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll end it with this.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong way of parenting.
Yeah.
Your way might be right. Your parents' way might be right. Everyone's way
Come
is
on,
correct.
no.
Yeah. I feel like the right way of parenting is your way.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Simple.
Yeah.
it's your way.
Clean.
If you think leaving your child alone, let him drown for him to learn
Yes.
is the right way, then okay,
That's
it's
a
the
bit
right
dark
way.
though.
Yeah.
People learn. Once you hit 25, 26, 27, you fucking get experiences from everywhere else. And then you yourself learn for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So we've come to the end of this episode. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you, Cheryl and Shanise for joining us.
And thanks for sharing, guys.
No
Yeah.
worries.
Very personal stuff.
Cheryl is I mean,
No worries.
No worries. Yeah, thanks
No
for sharing like
worries.
personal stories also. I
Yeah.
think we appreciate it. And I think it's important for like people who can relate to your stories to hear it as well. Thank you. Do. Yeah, do also, yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
if you guys have anything like us to talk about, let us know in the comment section below. If not, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.